Here we go. New year, same pod. No, we gotta bring more energy than that.
Oh, you
It
kill me.
is, it is 2026, man. It is a new year, same pod, but it's gonna be another amazing year. That's what I'm fired up for. I don't know if I said this last year or maybe I'm just feeling it more this year. Like I feel more like excited for 2026 than I did 2025.
Yeah.
Like there's something around it. I mean, like obviously we got our new site of Grand Bend. That's now like regular Sunday services.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like a different year.
So I had someone come to me. I was talking to someone after the second service in Poplar Hill on Sunday, and it was interesting. They had said to me that their heart was racing with excitement.
Come on. That's so sick.
Yeah. And then others shared some things with me that God was doing in their lives in the service. But it was interesting that there's a real genuine excitement, anticipation for this year. And I think that, David, that's one of the things that's so beautiful around Vitalpoint Church is that, generally speaking, the broader community is always anticipating what this next year will bring. It's so fun.
Yeah. But we joke around, New Year, same pod, but
Yeah.
we always want to remember that there's new people checking out VPC. I chatted with two people from Sunday that were at Christmas and in Exeter. It was just so cool to hear their thoughts around it, what's been going on in their mind. They didn't describe how people that you talked about, their hearts were beating fast, but they were sensing. One of the ladies said that literally she started to feel like she was getting answers to her heart's questions.
Oh, wow.
And I was just I'm standing there trying not to be giddy, yo, let's rock and roll. But it was just that excitement of oh my goodness, already one Sunday in and we're starting to see a story of transformation. And
we had a traffic jam in Poplar Hill.
You're going to have a traffic jam if someone drops something on the road in Poplar Hill. Yeah.
No, seriously.
I know, I'm just razzing you, but
cars
it's crazy.
Were parked everywhere.
Yeah.
And the excitement, and I thought, it's exciting to have that in Poplar Hill, but it's not long term. You can't sustain that. It's
look out, Lions Club are coming after you in Poplar Hill.
But I do think this morning, as we record this, following the Sunday, which is Monday, to celebrate Grand Bend, going to a weekly gathering, and seeing and hearing some of that already is wonderful.
I was looking at the numbers because I have access to behind the scenes and stuff like that. And we've talked about this before. You don't want to get lost in the numbers.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it and already the bump in the year. And I was thinking to myself, it wasn't about the numbers. We would have not reached those people if we did not go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul says this, right, in Romans, how would they know, how would they hear if we do not go and be sent, right? That's my paraphrase.
Yep.
How would they not be saved if they do not hear someone preach, right? It's incredible that we had people close to, what was it, just over 40 people on the launch team or something like that?
Yeah, just under 40, I think.
Just under 40, say yes, I am going.
Yeah.
And you think about this new year, every year we at Vitalpoint, we set out with a theme or a word, and the word for this year comes from Lamentations chapter 3 of steadfast. And you were honest on Sunday that it came out of this silent, quiet time last August in 2025, a year of beholding, right? Sorry for my throat.
Yeah.
This is the year of behold, victory is God's. I am here, watch me move. And then you as the lead pastor are having this time of silence of God. He's not loud. He's not he is, but he's not. And you're kind of frustrated. And you and mom, your wife, my mom, both say that there's a sense of this word of being steadfast.
We actually said it at the same time.
I don't believe you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I said to her,
Uh,
I keep hearing this word, and I
yeah.
looked at her, and the word is, and she said, steadfast. At the same time, I'm like, it's a really important word, and
Mhm.
the excitement around the word for 2026 with people, just responding to it. I mean, you can't when people respond to things at church, you celebrate it or you analyze it, but you have to be anchored in knowing you're doing what God is asking you to do. So,
Yeah.
yes, it's amazing that people are coming to us after the service. Even got messages this morning from people about steadfast, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, but for me, the word actually in Poplar Hill, I the first service, I started reading it again, like in the talk, and I found myself getting emotional about it. And I think part of it, David, is because I've been carrying this word for months and months and months.
Yeah, and you were honest within in the message, like, in our video sites that you said, like, often the pastor goes through it
Yeah, yeah,
before the community, right? Like, we've talked about that, and our active participants at Vitalpoint Church that are starting to rise up and know the importance of leadership and seeking God's face with a community of people. You will experience people in your life have an encounter with God before a group of people, right? You've been encountering the Lord in this word for months upon months, and now it's just like it's not like you were trying to carry it yourself. Like, let's be
no,
real. It's not like
no,
you're like, oh, I got to carry this myself. I'm like, no, it's finally been released to the community, being like, this is who we are this year. Because one, the Lord is steadfast, so we must be steadfast, right?
yeah,
And I want to get into the 4 pillars that you had, but I also want you to, because we didn't have loads and loads and loads of time to like break every single one down of like what it's going to look like in the year. We had 4 pillars and some things that we want to look out for and be aware of getting ready for the year. Do you want to start with the pillars?
yeah. Well, let me give you the phrase first: a year of standing
Yeah.
strong,
Yeah.
because His steadfast love never ceases. So the steadfastness of us as a church is due to the steadfast love of the Lord that never ceases. And that is anchoring ourselves in a particular truth that is not just theory. It's part of who we need to be. The sturdiness of being able to stand or withstand or to be able to move and push through a year is going to be based on the fact that we have the steadfast love of the Lord that never ceases. And that phrase we talked about was this thick, theological, dense word,
Yeah.
right? It's not like the love that we see that, it gets thrown around in our culture, or we can't allow our culture to define what love is. It is more geared around the richness of that steadfast love of the Lord that never ceases. And the pillars, I think, were I've shared this with you. I journaled these words a month ago, and these pillars, and I sent them to you. I snapped a picture of my journal and sent it to you. And I really do believe that these 4 things are going to be the critical part of 2026 as we move towards what God is unfolding at Vital Point Church. And what I'm really intrigued by in this year is that there will be challenges, there will be opposition, there will be opportunities. Uh, and within the context of all of that, we can build out these pillars heading into this new year. And I talked about this idea of the confidence, the trusting, the
These are the
confidence.
pillars. These are the pillars,
Yeah,
right?
pillar one
Don't
is
just yeah.
confidence. Pillar two is assurance. Pillar three is trusting. Pillar four is boldness. Yeah, and these are things that will enable us by faith with steadfastness to enter into this year with, and understanding that the saturation of the steadfast love of the Lord within the context of our church allows us to move. I believe that what happens oftentimes in churches is that we um, sit around waiting for God to do his thing, when maybe he's simply asking us to start moving so that he can do his thing.
Can we just call that what it is? Like, I thought you were gonna drop it in the message, If you're just sitting around waiting, that's called laziness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Bible calls it what? Slo- uh,
Sluggard. Is that a sluggard?
sloth. It's like it's taking that
Yeah.
posture of slow moving.
Yeah. Well, it sounds super spiritual to
It
say,
does. It's
"Well,
like, oh, I'm just waiting for the
I'm just
Lord.
waiting upon the Lord." Right?
Yeah, look at
And
David. What did he do? He waited upon the Lord, but he went back to the fields,
yeah, the waiting
right?
upon the Lord is not inactivity.
Yeah. People are like, well, no, it's patience. No, like it's not being patient.
Yeah.
Like it's actually
What
laziness.
does he say? "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he'll make your path straight." So, there is an element of this that going into 2026 is not about just simply sitting back and the Lord will do what the Lord will do. Yes, it's true. But I want to make sure that us as a church, we are moving with confidence, moving with the assurance, moving with trust, with a boldness. So when you think about the towns in southwestern Ontario that do not have the full expression or the vibrancy of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the good news of Jesus Christ that is in those towns. These towns they're waiting for this. So for me, I've talked to you and Matt, our communications guy. And I said, we're not waiting around anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna find ways with social media to begin to, with boldness and confidence, assurance, and trusting that we're going to start trying to find ways to raise the awareness of Vital Point Church, yes, but more so through that into
Hmm.
these communities to see where God is actually working. And then we can start saying, okay, we know where God is at work and there's a receptivity. And so we're going to start moving with boldness.
Okay, so here's the thing though. Okay, let's be more practical though, because that's a lot of forward thinking, right? So we also have to remember that we are in towns already we are living our kingdom assignment, which then turns into a town assignment, right? So the four pillars, what's been coming around in my mind is that they're not just things. It's an actual posture of making yourself available.
Yeah.
Right? Because the easy thing for us to do, right? Maybe you're listening to this or watching this and you're in a connect group, right? And you're like, well, that person in my connect group, they're the ones that make themselves available. So they'll do the work. They'll be the trusting. They'll have the assurance. They'll have the confidence. And man, God has just blessed them with a boldness.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you've done there, if you take on that posture of someone else will do it, you're robbing yourself of an opportunity of God
Yeah.
revealing the gospel through your story
Yeah.
that will reach someone at your workplace, within your family, or the neighborhood or the town that you are in.
Well, think
That,
about the closing song.
yeah, oh man, talk
I'm not
about a
going to let the
banger.
enemy steal my story or something along that line.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's along that line. It's like, and let's be real, like we've seen we've seen small towns be overlooked for so many years, right?
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
biggest thing when we started planting churches in small towns is like, why are you guys here? Everyone always just leaves,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
feeling forgotten, forsaken, not seen, not enough. The resources are elsewhere, right? But in Jeremiah, in the Old Testament, it says, seek the welfare of the city
Yeah.
or the town, which is the peace, the resources.
Well,
I've
which
called
impacts
you there.
you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think let's bring this down a little closer to home because you and I can get really caught up in the bigger picture of Vital Point Church with towns. Think about an individual in a connect group now
Hmm.
and how they can walk into this year with a steadfastness. They can take these things that we talked about.
Hmm.
There's a young guy in the front row in Poplar Hill on Sunday second service, and he had a notebook, and I can see him as I was teaching through this. He was writing notes, and
I
and
love it.
and that was incredible to watch. So I think even in our connect groups right now, and even people listening, there's a piece of this where the steadfastness in your own personal journey is not a one-time thing. It's a thing that grows inside of you. James chapter 1, we'll eventually get to this because I think we're doing a James series this year. We'll get to this, is that the trials produces steadfastness.
Yeah.
Steadfastness produces maturity.
Yeah.
And so the steadfastness is something that is learned over time with a strength based on who God is in our lives, and the confidence that we have, and the trust and the assurance and the boldness. So as an individual who's listening to this, how does this apply to me? I'm just out of sight. I love being part of Vitalpoint and location.
Yeah.
The whole bigger picture, people don't often think too much about. You and I do all the time. I believe that when you get a community of people that are learning as individuals to be steadfast, the broader church of Vitalpoint Church will become stronger because of the maturity of the individual. And James says, lacking nothing.
Yeah, and I think where we have to also get more of a reality check is like, don't feel like you have to be all four pillars
Right.
all at once.
Yeah.
Maybe connect groups need to do this, and I'm going to do this with my connect group now. I'm thinking about it. Is the question of what pillar right now could you ask the Holy Spirit to empower you with more?
Yeah.
Is it the trusting? Is it the assurance? Is it the confidence? Or is it the boldness? And start asking the Holy Spirit to reveal to you the way that the Lord has created you and crafted you and shaped you to be part of the family of God. Because it says that there's many moving parts within the body, right? Each limb has a specific job, right? So what if all the people in the Connect group just said, you know what, Holy Spirit, which pillar do I need to be a part of right now? Strengthening.
When I was thinking about the summer of 2025 and into the, it was a few months of felt like God was silent, and except for this one word, steadfast, right?
It's probably because he didn't want you to hear anything else. He's like, yo, 2026, I need you to be
Yeah.
clear on this, dude.
Yeah. That in the silence is where the depth of trusting happens. In the silence, there's a piece of you where God is actually working, and that's the assurance of his great faithfulness. And oftentimes people will bail on their faith, or allow the doubts to dominate the silence. And when the doubts dominate the silence, then it diminishes what God's trying to do in their lives. Whoa.
What did you say at the very beginning of the message?
I don't know.
Between your ears.
Oh, and the mindset. Yeah.
The mindset. You're like, I
Right.
don't
It
know.
is.
I'm already on to the next message.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it is.
yeah, it's very true.
It's a mindset. Paul says in Romans, you said in the message that there's the renewal of the mind.
Yeah. Yep. Jesus says, love the Lord your God with all your mind. Right. This is going to be an interesting journey for people. And as they wrestle it down, I'm not sure, did I say it in the video at the end? Maybe you're bored with church.
I can't remember.
It was in my notes. I don't know if I said it in the video. I can't remember. Because what's so beautiful about this steadfastness and what's happening is that there are people in our church that have been going to church all their lives, and they're kind of bored. And because they've heard so many talks, they've heard so many messages 1,000 times. And
you did say this, yeah.
Oh, I did. Okay. Yeah. And this allows people to step in with a strength and a sturdiness of foot, of the steadfast love of the Lord that never ceases, and to recognize they're part of something bigger than themselves. I mean, we say it sounds like it's such a dumb, cheesy line, but when you recognize what God is bringing all things to completion in Revelation 21, and he returns, and how we can be part of that renewing process in people's lives. Yeah. It's a good word.
And I think just the last encouragement is this is the dumb, cheesy saying as well, as it's one day at a time.
Sweet Jesus.
It really is one day at a time.
I think that's an old hymn.
I didn't grow up in the hymn world.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They're coming back though.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Okay.
We should have ended with "Great is your faithfulness."
I can sing it right now if you want.
No, please do not.
I'll do my audition for the creative arts team right now for everyone.
So listen, Dave and I are Sunday night, January 11th, with Matt, our communications guy. We're off to India, so we're not gonna be doing the podcast for the next couple weeks, but other team members are. So please watch and
please be praying for us in India.
Pray for us in India.
Dude, we got pictures on Sunday morning. How encouraging was that? Of 6 people being baptized in India.
I know.
I shared it with our team in our team rally. I was like, yo, this is what we're a part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how cool is it? People were all fired up. It was
30
great.
pastors each one of them bringing an apprentice.
Man, it is crazy what God's doing across this world.
Yeah.
And I just want to say,
glad you got your visa, so I'm glad we're taking you. Matt didn't want to do the teaching.
I'm going to forget my passport at home, so I got to turn around. You guys can go by yourselves.
Oh, man.
So I'm just playing. 26, STEADFAST. Lamentations chapter 3. Take some time to read it, verses 21 to 24, and just allow God's Spirit to give you the freshness and the beauty and the wonder of what He wants to do this year through us. Even though it may be tough, we must be steadfast and stand firm because He is so good and so faithful to us. So thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Okay, everyone. Peace out.
Peace.
Have a good one.